Recording started, same as per usual. Just be a minute or so while I'm looking for something to talk about.
Okay.
Enemy sighted. Activated. Powered up. Tactical necessity.
Okay. Now this, I think, is definitely a good idea. It's better than, like, you get the kill. It's better than going and just sitting down main where you're not going to be able to do anything. But it also kind of relies on the fact that it kind of relies on somebody else making a mistake, which definitely is good. It's good to punish mistakes, but it relies on the fact that, you know, somebody's going to be lagging behind doing their own thing over here. Another idea potentially could be like to wrap around and come up here onto this high ground to start off. But honestly, like, it's where you're at right now is perfectly fine. This is a good play. You get a kill out of it. Uh-oh.
They don't capitalize off of it.
Back up a little farther. Like, the fight's kind of happening, and we kind of back fully out.
Yeah, overcorrection.
Yeah. So just watch where your teammates are, because we can see them through the walls here. We start backing off. We go, oh no, there's 3 people looking at us, and then we look back up here, and we have a Reinhardt up there, and we also have Mercy with us, and then Diva goes up there. So, like, if we were up there, then it's
I should stay.
Yeah, if you stay, well, then that's a 4v3, right?
Right.
But now, because you don't stay, now it's a 2v3, right? So makes a little bit of difference. And then Ana can go and push cart, or Mercy can push cart while you're overshooting, right? That sort of thing. Not necessarily your responsibility to be, trying to push cart while the fight's happening.
Yeah.
Hey, nice pack.
Let's get you back in the fight. Enemy in my sights.
Feeling spry.
Oh, tracking.
Yeah, I know. I have moments where I track insane, and then others I just flub.
Do you, now, this is probably a reminder because we might have gone over this in the past, you warm up before you play games?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright. What do you do for your warm-ups?
Either try hard, free for all, or 1v1 aim. I don't know if you've.
Yeah, both of those are good. Yeah, both of those are definitely good modes to warm up in. Alright, and then I guess besides that, yeah, just keep practicing at it. It's something that will, like, it's muscle memory. It'll come with time. Do you play the game? So when it comes to when you play, right? How often do you play the game? Do you play the game like every day? Do you have breaks? All right.
Every day, and I'll play it a little bit for a while. Unless I'm like working that day, I'm playing for a 4-hour period of time.
Okay. Sounds good. The other potential thing, do you know what your sensitivity's at and DPI are at?
Yeah, 4.5. It's 800.
That's literally the exact same as mine. So yep, that sounds fine with me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be criticizing my own. Okay, right now, we're probably not gonna be able to do too much from here. Might want to just use this time while this is kind of the in-between fight, like the poke phase, right? Look at the distance. Probably just use this time to rotate up and get around and take this high ground, right? Because then we can go and, like, we can either from here or here, we can go and duel the people who come up the high ground with our Mercy pocket. Probably catch somebody off guard, and then by the time we're up there, the fight's already begun, right? And then that puts us in a much better position for Visor as well. Consider, like, here, right, as the fight's beginning, if we're up on the high ground tier and when we pop a Visor with Mercy following us, right, probably would just be very effective. So consider the rotations that we could be taking.
Okay.
Okay, nice ability usage there. Okay, very nice.
Yeah, ever since our last coaching, like, Genjis have been much easier to deal with.
That's good to hear.
Like, I used to struggle with Genjis a lot.
And was ability usage one of the things that we went over with
Yes.
that, or yeah?
Yeah.
Because like there we're plopping the health pack so that he's just doing chip damage at us, and we're just healing it all up, and then we're getting all that burst damage in there as well, right?
Yeah.
All right, here once again, poke phase of fight. The fight's over. The fight's right now. We're kind of just waiting for the next fight to begin. Yeah, we could shoot at a shield, but wouldn't it be better to be using this time to get
Yes.
into a really good position, especially if we have visor active, right? Because we have visor for this fight. So,
Right.
where could we be just running right now super easily?
Left side.
Yeah, right. Just come up here.
Up the stairs.
Up the
Yeah.
stairs. Now we're waiting for them to walk in a little bit. They walk in a little bit. We peek over the edge. We visor, right? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
If we want, we have nano visor here. Actually, we could maybe sneak over a little bit further, peek for the Ana, right? That sort of thing, and then visor. Yeah. All of that jazz, right? We don't even need mercy because we can just peek the edge for mercy, right?
Yeah.
Potentially another thing you could do here. I think that you can. Can you rocket jump that? I think you can rocket jump that possibly.
I don't know. That looks pretty high, but you might be able to.
I'd try it off the top of my head. I can't remember if you can. No, yeah, it might be a little like a hair too high, but you might be able to do that as well. So I'd maybe try that at some point.
Yeah, I might try that out. Yeah. I gotta look for new rocket jumps. I only know a select few.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll point out a couple of when I get the chance. So this definitely is a good this is a good kind of secondary option. Not the best of the best, but it's still good. It's better than just coming down main. But it's also like a little bit delayed in we're already down a player. We're on us almost about to die. I don't know if he does die, but
oh, I got a game.
Okay.
Огонь по готовности.
Back at you.
Welcome.
I'm on Hollywood.
Oh, there we kind of sprint into the Genji when we could probably just keep our distance from him.
Select your hero.
Yeah.
All right, I am spectating.
I use the dot crosshair. If that's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I know it might be hard for you to see.
No, it's all good. It's not too bad. Dot's probably, I would say, the second best crosshair. My preference is dot for characters that aren't headshot requirements, that aren't hit scan. Hit scan, usually I do crosshairs, and then dots for Junkrat, Pharah,
Okay.
those sorts of characters. I don't think it's a massive deal, but the argument that I've heard is that crosshairs, the crosshairs allow you to set your crosshair on shoulders a bit easier, because it kind of spreads out to the side. But I don't know if there's hard science behind it.
Did I see double shield? No, I didn't. Okay.
Very nice helix. As you're also doing, might have been something we went over, but helixing at a range to kind of as the opener.
Oh yeah.
So I'm noticing that. It's good to have it.
Holy shit. How did he die?
Oh, the juicy headshots.
Yeah. But he's balls, so it doesn't matter. Thank you, Berg.
No, that with no one else in view, that seemed kind of like a solo visor, right? We didn't really have anybody else to go for.
Yeah, I wanted to confirm the kill at least, but yeah, that was a solo visor.
And then the other thing to consider is that we were already up a kill, and then also Genji was the only person in the middle of like your entire team, right? He probably could have died even without your help.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit far. Might want to drop to, yeah, like this high ground might be just a little bit closer. Get us within range a bit better.
Is she around that corner? Oh, she died.
Could even like wrap up to like the top right here. You know, take their high ground for them if our team's pushing to spawn. Alright, so just we want to be just thinking about, like, I think one of the bigger things is just like thinking about when and where to be rotating. Oh, but watch where the
Yeah,
team's
that
at.
was my bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the team backed up and we were
Yeah.
still forwards. So
I
just
was
want to,
just holding that for no reason.
yep, just want to sync up with what they're doing.
We're still winning. Oh, they got the res. Shit. Is the Genji on her? Not walking into that. Alright.
Kind of feel like we got a little bit lost in that fight.
Yeah, I did. I had no idea what was happening. Shit.
Gotta be careful on the high grounds. Watch just jumping, like, you know, sprinting and jumping near the edge. Probably recommend just walking or even crouching can lower your move speed.
Shit.
Okay.
Alright.
Watch pay attention where your team's at, right? Because we're re-engaging there without any of our team, like we're down half our team, right? Half our team's still in
Yeah.
spawn, and we're running back in. So if we're doing that, then we're just gonna end up dying. So here, how many teammates do we have with us?
0.
Okay, think about angles. Coming from where, like, this top left tiger might have even been better, where Reaper just dropped from, because then they don't really have anywhere to run to, right? Here they can just run around that left corner.
Right.
But if we're coming from above them, then we get a better angle. We get around their tanks easier. Even now, right, like where you're struggling to find angles.
Shit.
Uh-oh. Probably that when they're that far away, probably stick further to the left or the right.
I should have went to the other corner.
Very nice.
Oof.
So far, Billy usage looking good. You know, I think that your mechanics are looking good. Some of the biggest stuff I would say is like positioning and timing of positioning, and then awareness of our surroundings.
Damn it.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot of times where like I look and I'm like, okay, we could be somewhere better right now. Right, that seems like almost every moment that we're in, like there's just always somewhere different we could be.
Don't want to leave voice.
All good.
Sorry, I don't want. If they're just gonna flame and argue, I don't want to see chat.
Oh, well, I think you're still gonna see chat in chat. You can do /hide chat to hide chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
Oh. I didn't know that's how it worked.
I think you can also like tab it and then it'll autofill that in. So if you type like /hi and then it'll pop up the option.
Really?
You press tab and it'll autofill.
Oh, tab. Okay, I see that constantly. I didn't know that was tab. All right.
I don't think what else that's in. That's like, I guess it's like in some other features as well. But yeah, pay attention to where the heck your team's at, where the heck the enemy team's at, and then just rotations and knowing where should you be standing. Sometimes there's better high ground, sometimes there's better flanks. When you're visoring, you know, being behind them, you know, gives you that off angle, and a lot of times that
Yeah.
the off angles can be better than coming at them straight from the front.
Right.
So I'll try to give you some of those, like, you know, thoughts and ideas of like where you can be going at any moment's notice. So right now, probably could be setting up like top left, right, when we get the chance. Just gives us a much better angle than if we tried to come down main. Wary of the poles. Gotta be careful in case anybody tries to come up to us.
I need healing. Thank you. Tactical necessity.
Alright, so we're setting up for next fight.
I don't know how that looks like at this point.
What it looks like?
Yeah, what, like, where would I set up for next fight right here?
Yeah, so you can set up, I mean, like, depending on where they are, we can kind of scout, see, like, where are they? Okay, maybe we can go top right. Is there anybody top right? Right, we're just kind of scouting. We want to see. We want to check.
There definitely is. Should I try this? Ah, crap.
Little faster of a helix.
Yeah.
Watch just standing still. Go for the headshots on him when he's standing still as well.
Oh shit. I got him! Oh my god.
Nice. So yeah, like, there's just the high ground is a really good option, right? Because it's just one soldier up there, and we probably could have gotten the kill very easily, which means that we didn't have to drop from high ground, right?
Yeah. Is there still an Ana behind, or did they get him? Get her? Ah, too late on the heal pad.
Also at that range, probably got a helix to finish rather than helix to engage.
Oh, that's right.
Right, because otherwise he just, you know, you helix to engage and he just drops the health pack right away.
True. Where is that from?
Very nice.
Tactical necessity.
Ow.
Once again, gotta be careful when we're peeking like that we're extra careful to immediately back up. Like, we peeked and then we stood still for like 2.5 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Watch the standing still, AD strafe, because if you're standing still for extended periods of time, you're gonna get headshot, you're gonna get slept. Also, expect the Genji to come after you, right? You want to expect Genji to dash at you and expect Soldier to come and, you know, get up to the high ground, right? That should be the expectation, not a surprise.
Yeah.
Very nice. Request healing faster there. There you go.
Kept your head down. That payload.
Oh shit, that booped me.
Requesting the healing once again there. Also, in a couple fights, it seems as though we might be holding on to our visor a little bit. Like, maybe could have popped visor a couple times during that last fight and a half. Okay, well that worked.
Yeah, I mean anything happens in gold. Holy shit.
Nice.
Oh. Oh. Fuck me. I could have played that a lot better.
Okay, consider dropping the health pack even before he's on top of you, because then you have to be dropping health pack as he's on top of you, right?
Yeah.
So you drop it before, well then you can shoot at him for free, and he has to go, okay, do I dash at him while he has health pack down? Do I wait it out? If he
Yeah.
waits it out and he's still full HP, well then you can just drop from high ground, right?
Right.
Consider the fact that if he starts winning, you don't have to stay in the duel. Just nope out of there and press I need healing, drop back to the
Right.
team, that sort of thing.
I ego so much when it comes to duels. Like even if like they have a mercy pocket or something, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and then I suffered my consequences right soon after while I'm just spectating, and then I'm like, oh.
Yep. When it comes to duels, you take duels where you know that you have the advantage, where you know you're gonna win,
Yeah.
right? Or either you take duels where you're even, or you know that that you have the advantage, right? So 50% plus, because
Hmm.
if they have a mercy pocket, or they're more HP than you, or they're a better duelist than you, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They have their ult, right? You don't want to take that if you know you're at a disadvantage.
Right.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attack commencing. Capture objective.
And the Torb. I bet it's. Where's the turret at? That Torb lived.
Okay, very nice.
Set for recontest. You just stuck. I didn't know that you could do that. If you get slapped, he wasn't even sliding down. He was just chilling on the roof. Nice. Our hog's carrying.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Get out of my way.
We got Nano and then kind of ran away from everyone.
I did. Yeah, I just kind of ignored the hog. I don't know. He's
Right.
not
Watching the positioning, right? Super out in the open.
Yeah.
Right, wait till they're out in the open, not you're out in the open.
Mission ain't over yet.
Shit.
What were we doing?
Standing still, and I
Standing
didn't helix. Figured with the guy named Zebra, he'd be a Doom player. We actually won those. Dude, our tanks are insane.
So right now, in between a fight, maybe could be rotating. Or cleaning up kills is another thing here.
Alright.
Alright.
Bad positioning.
Dab real quick. Alright, gotta keep an eye on those deaths. Right, definitely getting up there on those.
No rest for the weary.
This is not a good game for me. Oh my god, huge. He's gonna ulti. This is so bad, but I just want to hug Cart for some reason. I hate that shield blocked my helix. Yeah, I did so much wrong.
Yeah, like what?
Like, I just didn't expect anyone to come up to my left. I could have gone high ground that whole time, and I was just staying on Cart. I could have, looked for a better visor.
Yeah, I think a good visor would have been like when Orissa's shield initially broke, because then they were all out in the open and they didn't have a shield on them.
No way. Tracking, please. Standing still again. And I need to play differently now that they have a Doom over Genji. But we got it pretty far. And my tank's carried. I mean, as far as I notice, I could be seeing a completely different game. All I know is that I'm trolling.
Yeah, we just gotta keep our eyes on the death counter, right? And all the things that cause deaths. Have we gone into survivability before?
Into just play to live?
Yeah, well, not necessarily. Survivability is a concept, right? So, if you just purely play to live, well, then you just don't. You can sit and spawn and do nothing and live, and then what did you do? What did you accomplish?
Exactly.
But you need to play to do things and to live, right? You have to strike the balance between them, right? So aggressive when you're able to be aggressive, so you can actually do things. But then when you can't, then you play passive, so you're not dying all the time. And here so far we have what, 14 deaths? Is that where we're at right now?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, 14 deaths. So 14 deaths, right? If we, each death is 10 seconds of respawn, 10 seconds of walk back time. We do 14 times 20 and then divide that by 60, which means that we spend so far 4 minutes and 40 seconds dead, right?
Yeah.
Which is basically so far like a fourth of our entire game.
Right.
So it's just a lot, and then that's not only time that we're doing nothing. It's also time that we're actively losing fights and putting our team at a disadvantage.
Feeling spry. Heal up here. Everyone, heal up. Get over here and heal up.
Yeah. You shouldn't have opened up with Helix there anyway. And I got Orisa pulled.
Mission ain't over yet.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Too early. Alright. Oh my god, bro. I did it again.
Yep, just remember, like, you can maybe crouch a bit more when you get to the edge. It makes your walking, not sprinting and jumping.
Shit. Played that. Dude, I'm like brain off today. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, it happens.
No rest for the
Too bad this is a super long game, otherwise maybe we could have gone over some replay stuff. Great visor.
Oh my god, we're gonna lose.
Yeah, didn't capitalize fast enough.
The war goes on.
Okay, where should we be setting up at the moment?
Oh, what a mercy. Where did she go?
Yep. Just gotta be careful of them coming up to contest us and backing up sooner rather than later. Also, could have once again wrapped up to that like top left and gone behind them rather than once again kind of above them. Could be above and behind.
Oh my god, dude, I'm blind. Object permanence.
Yep. Also audio awareness as well, right?
Yes. I'm gonna lose this game for us.
I don't quit till the fight's done.
All right.
I
Well,
did.
It happens. Total deaths. What was the tab count?
19. Too
right?
many.
So press tab once again and look how much it was the game time. Game time is 23 minutes, right? So we do 19 times 20 equals, and then divide by 60. We spent 6 minutes and 20 seconds dead, right? Out of a 23-minute game. So we do 23 divided by 6 means that we spent basically a fourth of the game dead, right?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of time, right? If we cut back on that, that's adding literal minutes of time that we could be getting ultimates with and getting kills and elims and winning fights with, right?
Right.
And each time you die, I mean, like, 4 main causes of deaths are going to be poor positioning, right? As we saw with times that we died because we were out in the open or we were, like, not on the right high ground, right?
Do you want me to
Or,
queue another?
no, we probably won't have enough time for another with
Oh, okay.
queue times as well as game times and whatnot.
Right.
And then also additionally, right, you have lack of awareness, right? So like with the hog when he sneaks up
Yeah.
next to us, you have over aggression, such as I mean maybe a time or two where we like the time where we were on the high ground in their spawn and we just kind of stayed there.
Yeah.
And then you have misuse of abilities, such as if we, don't plop health back at the right time, or we don't use Helix correctly, right? And that gets us killed.
Yeah.
So pay attention to those reasons. Try to identify like what are the common ones, right? The common ones seem to probably be the lack of awareness and positioning, right? Those maybe are the ones that keep repeating themselves. And then lack of preparedness as well. Like sometimes, like we're not expecting to get dove by Genji and Doomfist when that's all they've been doing the entire game, right?
Yeah.
So being prepared for that definitely will help. Let's see what else is there, and then putting that into practice, right? The application. Do you remember what we've been saying with application processes?
No.
How to put things into practice?
Oh, just focus like 50% of your attention towards one thing and the other half. Like, give it a bigger piece of the pie, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Put more of your brain power into it than other things, and then just kind of put the other things on autopilot, right? And you'll do your average on the other things, and then you'll do above average on the thing you're trying to work on, right? Form it as a habit, then move on to the next thing. We may be able to. I don't know if there's too much visual demonstration to go on. Mainly get like above and behind when you have the option. Like we would have the option, right? Where I guess let's see. Can we find an example right here? I guess like something like this, right? Where we would, like the enemy team would be below us here, and let's say our whole team's coming from this angle, right? We would have the option to do this, and this is okay. This is great, okay? Because exactly where it was, right? This is the high ground. Let's say this is the high ground on the last map we were on, right? This is that left room. This is below us, and they're pushing in. They're like right here. Well, what we would do over and over and over again is we just stand here. Well, now we're still in front of them. We're visible. We're easy to see. It's not a surprise. They get to see us. They get to shoot at us, right? Whereas if we went like this, well, now we've just gotten behind them and around them and to the side of them. Where now we create a crossfire effect from our team. They can't shield us, right? All the shields are facing this direction, right? They have the Orisa shield this way. All the shields and tanking abilities are facing this direction. But if we're this side, well, they can't put those things to block us, right? We're drawing extra resources to the side. It's an off angle, right? We've definitely talked about off angles in the past.
Yeah.
So looking to go to the side, to the behind, rather than the front. Even if it's a high ground on the front, it's still the front. Also, when you're on high grounds, right, make sure you're still using cover, right? I can be on a high ground and not be using it well, right?
Yeah.
I can stand here, but if I'm just standing here, then everybody can see me. 5 people can see me. I back up. I in a crouch. Move this way. Now only one person can see me, right? So moving back and crouching away from the ledge, that's going to be using it for cover and whatnot. Have we talked about like strafing in the past movement?
Yeah. A little bit.
A little bit.
We make your movement unpredictable. Something I've been told by another 4K player was that to when you're playing soldier and you're like in an aim duel to like match the movement. If that makes sense. To make your aim and movement coherent.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's definitely keeping track of how you're moving is definitely very handy. If you're that was one thing I think Sure4 talked about in like his movement guide was he was saying like you have to be in sync with your body has to be and mind have to be in sync with like how are you moving in comparison to how you're aiming. If you're aiming at like Tracer here, right, and you move to the right, well now you're off of her. So you need to be able to compensate and move to the left and to the right while you're moving back and forth, and this is going to be coming at a much faster rate, and you just need to be in sync with how you're moving back and forth. Otherwise, if you move to the right and look to the right, well then you just over adjust off the person rather than just moving to the right or just looking to the right, right? So yeah, that's part of it. Also, just just 80 strafing, medium speed, not too fast, not too slow. Adding in crouches, not too fast, not not never. So just making sure we're doing it rather than just coming up to the high ground and then standing still.
Right.
I think that was mainly it. Any questions so far?
I'm
just getting started.
No.
No. All right. Have we talked? We've talked about kill feed watching before. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember?
Well, in a coaching a long time ago.
Yeah. Do you recall at all like what the numbers we were talking about were?
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. It was 2 is a disadvantage, 3 is a lost fight.
Yeah. Or
up 2 is an advantage, and up 3 is a 1 fight.
Yeah, slightly on the more specific side. It's 1 to 2 is an advantage or disadvantage. 2 to 3 is a won or lost fight, right? And 2 is the middleman because there's a lot of other things that go into whether or not you've won or lost, right?
Yeah.
Such as which team has better positioning, more health, more abilities, more ults, right? Which team has closer spawns, right? That sort of thing. Because our team, right, can be, let's say we're down 2 people, but their whole team is 1 HP. Well, that's still maybe winnable, right? Because we can get much kills. Or we're down 2 people, but we have a big ult combo. Or we're down 2 people, but we have close spawns, right? It's adding on that extra advantage makes it still winnable. But if we're down 2 and then we have no other additional advantage, well then that's just a lost fight. Right, there's nothing pulling it back in our direction. So that's why 2 is the middleman. It can be even more extreme. Like if you have all the advantages, right? You could be down 3, like it could be a 6v3 or a 6v2. And if you have a ton of massive advantages, well then it's still winnable, right? Like let's say it's a 6v2, but their entire team is 1 HP, and you have a nano blade, and you have close spawns, and etc. That's still a winnable fight, right?
Okay.
So that's just other things to keep in mind. But the biggest things within paying attention to that is going to be the kills, right? Because the kills do usually have the biggest impact out of any of the other advantages and disadvantages.
Right.
Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, and there were a lot of fights where we would go in when we just didn't have teammates, right? And when they weren't there with us, so we'd walk forwards when it's just a couple people, and we also a lot of times just be careful because we would just kind of walk in and engage ahead of our team, and that's okay if like we're poking in for like 2 seconds, but like a lot of times we just kind of engage as if the fight's beginning when our team's all the way back, all the way back there, right? So you want to make sure you're syncing up with your team as well. All right. Let's go back to the replay for 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Traveling to Dorado.
Oh, the other replay. Okay. There we go.
Tactical necessity.
Nice shooting, Jack.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
My blade is ready to be unleashed.
When you're walking in here, expect there to be people, right? Don't be surprised. Oh my goodness, it's a soldier, right? Be walking in there with the, oh my goodness, is there somebody in here? Is there, and you want to be checking, making sure you're checking your corners. Kind of watch how we walk in and then look, right? We walk in and then we look up to the right. But what we want to be doing is we're already aiming here. We're walking in. We're checking. Okay, we see forwards. Okay, clear. We're walking in and we're checking top, clear, bottom, clear, like really fast. We're going top, bottom, clear, right? And then we're walking up. We're looking this way, right? We're not just staring at a wall as we're walking up. We're walking up. We're turning. We're checking this way. Okay, we're clear, right? Corner checking. Okay, we're clear, right? It's clearing the corners. This is like a very common like thing in like CS:GO and Valorant. I mean, also if you're talking about like real life examples as well, like with like police officers and SWAT and stuff like that, right? It's a very common thing to do because otherwise you're gonna get caught off guard and shot in the face, right?
Yeah.
Which is what happens. He gets the advantage. He has the health pack. We only get saved. We are 20 HP. We only get saved because our teammates come, right?
Yeah.
That's a lost lost duel in the making, just because we're not checking.
I've got you in my sights.
Okay. Pretty good timing. Maybe could be like further up on that left corner. Before visoring might give us like some better angles to work with.
Sweep.
Double kill.
Good kills though. Visors honestly have been pretty solid.
Anyone need some healing?
Heroes never die.
Okay, on a good high ground. I like where we're at right now.
Payload
I'm
is
just
approaching
getting
its
started.
destination.
Okay. Right now, this is medium range combat, or close to medium range combat. Okay, Doomfist is running at you. Who has the advantage in the situation?
Doom.
Doom. Okay, so we know Doomfist is running at us, right? Probably want to run away, right? We can, instead of plopping the health pack and staying to engage, we can be sprinting around. We could potentially, right, if you're sprinting around, you could potentially even dodge his slam and his punch, right? If you dodge his slam and his punch, it's actually maybe winnable, right?
Okay.
But you're not going to do that if you're standing still on your health pack. The other thing is, like, if we were, so like, for example, here, we could run and we can go this way, and this is getting us closer to our team as well. So we could just hop off the edge here, but we could also just run and, like, if we think he's about to hit us, then we can jump off the edge to our team, request healing, get their support. If we're inside of our team here, right, then what is Doomfist going to be able to do against us, right? He just gets slept, and then Diva eats him, and and then we get healed, right? We're just not gonna be able to die.
Right.
So once again, don't take duels that you know you're at a disadvantage in.
Mm-hmm.
Five. Stop the payload.
Good choice. Come here and get stabilized.
Uh-oh. I think we just kind of walked off here.
Yeah, that was my bad.
So once again, I think that's like maybe like the fourth time I've seen you like just walk off a high ground, right? Or jump off a high ground.
Yeah.
Gotta keep your eye on that, because that's gotten us killed almost every time, or at least meant that we've lost out on a major advantage.
Yeah.
All right. Wrap up, review, main points, right? All that chess. So ability usage, not too shabby, pretty decent. I mean, of course, some stuff with like, sometimes we're not sprinting when we could. Sometimes we're mistiming health pack, right? Place it faster if you know you're about to get dove. Don't stand still if it's a Doomfist who's about to get on top of you, right? Genji, you can tank it. Doomfist, you can't, right?
Yeah.
don't, like Helix, right? Sometimes we're missing it, or sometimes we're
Double kill.
not helixing at the right time. Overall, though, not super massive. Low to medium priority, right? Ult usage, honestly, pretty solid. We're usually getting value with it. Most of your ult usage, I'd say, it would chalk up to, like any messing up with it. I'd say is chalked up to like the positioning when we're ulting. Like sometimes we just won't be in the best positioning when we're ulting. I.e., like we don't go on the off angle. We don't go to the high ground. We don't go to the right spot. Also, just make sure you're not ulting in won or lost fights. Right?
Yeah.
Also, don't hold on to it. Overall, low to medium priority. All right. Then you got mechanics. Mechanics. What do we talk about in mechanics?
Movement.
Yeah, I guess movement kind of falls within that, right? Just don't stand still. But that might even fall within a little bit of like survivability as well.
Only gets better with age.
Not sure we talked too much on mechanics. I don't think. Did we?
No.
I'm not
I don't
remembering
think.
it.
I don't think too much.
I think I just said mechanics were good. So overall, low priority, right?
Yeah.
Then you got positioning. Positioning, you gotta make sure that you're using cover, right? Good positioning is usage of cover. Bad positioning is the absence of cover. But don't just stand near cover, and don't just stand on a high ground. You actually have to use it, right? If I just,
Yeah.
if I'm just here and going, oh yay, I have cover, but you don't ever actually get behind it, well then it's not actually doing anything for you, right?
Right.
Same thing on the high ground. If people start shooting at you and whatnot, you have to actually use it, duck behind it, right? Play near cover, use it when you're getting shot at. High grounds, right? Make sure that you're backing up away from the ledge. Take off angles, take flanks. Soldier's a very flanky character. There are a lot of times where you just could have found a superior flank, right? Don't stand in front of them, come to the side. Reposition in between every single fight, right, that you get the chance, unless it's dangerous for you to do so. Sometimes we just kind of stand still until I prompted you, hey, go push forwards, right, go to this spot, take take the high ground.
We all.
Yeah.
I think that is a lot of it. Sometimes maybe playing a little far out of range, right? Look to play within your range. As a reminder, your range is like 15 to 30 meters on Soldier. Right? Beyond that, you're suffering fall off and smaller targets and helix being inaccurate and whatnot and delayed. So overall, that was like a lower end of a medium high, right? Then awareness. Pay attention to what the heck is happening in kill feed, right? 1 to 2, advantage, disadvantage, 2 to 3, won or lost fight. What's happening with your HUD and with your team, right? Pay attention to what's up with them. You can not only see that they're dead in kill feed, you can also see, oh yeah, I don't actually have anybody with me. One idea would be before you get aggressive, right? So we're here with the enemy teams over there. Before we get aggressive, just do a quick scan, do a quick 360, see, do I have my team with me? If no, then don't go in. If yes, well then sure, go ahead, do it, right? But check before you're going and engaging, right? And all that takes is a quick, just 360 scan, and we're good, right? So you literally half a second or a second, right? Scan, okay, we're go. Pay attention to just generally what's going on around you. A lot of deaths that happened because we weren't paying attention. Ears, keep your ears open. We went over. I'm sure we've gone over audio settings, right? But just make sure you're listening and paying attention to your surroundings, right? Pay attention visually as well. Overall, I'm trying to think. That one, higher end of a medium, right? Then maybe lower end of a medium high, somewhere between that. Then finally, survivability. Died a ton, right? You're not going to be able to do a ton if you're dead a ton. Now, this isn't as high if it's not as frequent or consistent. If it's something that you feel happy, if you're reaching, not the exact same, because you said that was a bad game, but let's say you're getting 10 plus kills semi-frequently, well, then it's a big issue. If you feel like this is very abnormal, then it's not as big of a deal, right? But dying, try not to die, right? Think about all the things that can stop you from dying. You're spending so much time out of the fight, and then also putting your team at a disadvantage. Try to, pay attention to especially the positioning and the awareness that's getting you killed. But then also movement, standing still, pay attention to over-aggression, and then misuse of abilities, right? right?
Okay.
Overall, that one maybe about a medium priority. So to put that all in order, number 1, positioning. 2, awareness. 3, survivability. 4, probably abilities.
You need to
Let's say
learn to
abilities is
focus.
/ ultimate usage, just because they're very similar. And then
Okay.
5, mechanics. Just really, I mean, honestly, you could even not mention it. Very, very little that we did discuss in it. Right? Any questions?
No.
All right. Well, that is good here.